This is my journey.
Welcome back. Last time we started thinking about how most people decide they're significant. They base the meaning of their lives on what they can do. They aim for the big awards, the big money, the latest stuff. In our culture, we have what we call status symbols. They're things that, well, if you have them, they say something about you. So your car adds to your image or maybe takes something away. Your cell phone, if it's the latest one, it speaks volumes about who you are. Get yourself a six-figure income or attend the right social gatherings and you can be someone, or at least give others the impression that you're someone. Funny how it kind of feels like high school all over again. Of course, now it's Armani instead of leather jackets, and the cheerleader sweaters are exchanged for the latest, that's off the European runways. I mean, if you got the goods, you can feel good about yourself and about your life. But do you? Do you feel good about yourself? Do you have the goods? And if so, is that working for you? For most people, it's not, because either they don't have it, they can't get enough of it, or they can't hold on to it when they get it. Sorry, that might be a bit confusing, so let me slow down a bit and explain. For those who don't fit the latest definition of what matters and who's important, well, significance is a hard battle to win. For those who do have what everyone thinks it takes, well, they usually find out that it's not enough. That somehow the bar keeps getting raised, and there's always someone a level above. And for many who build their significance on what they have or what they can do, they find an amazing gravity seems to be pulling them back to where the rest of us are struggling. Fact is, if significance is to be found in what you can do, then life becomes a brutal game and you'll be washed up, a few hours after you have to start slowing down. You see, if significance is to be found in what you can do, there are a few other dangerous realities to consider. First would be the size of the playing field. I mean, if you're the cream of your local crop, how will you do in a global field? You might be a big shot among the 500,000 of us here in Wichita, but even our biggest shot looks, kind of small when you drop him into one of the major cities just a few hours away. And beyond those cities are mega cities of our nation, and don't even think about the tens of millions of folks you can find in some other places. You see, if our significance is based on what we can do, then eventually we'll all find a playing field big enough to reduce us to feelings of failure. And while you're at it, consider your mortality. Now, this could get a bit depressing, but if your worth is based on what you can do, what happens when you can't do it anymore? Does your significance melt into the same nothingness? When you realize that more than 20 billion folks have inhabited this planet and nearly 3/4 of them already know what death feels like, does what you can do really make you feel significant? Honestly, this whole significance because of what I can do idea kind of feels like the standards the cool kids use to keep us out of their social circle in high school. A few folks meet the standard, the rest of us are left to wish we were like them. That's a lousy system. It's one that doesn't leave a lot of hope for a lot of us. Well, before we go to part 5 and begin to see the true source of significance, let me show you one other failing of this significance by performance idea. I mean, what if you can't do what others can do? What if by birth or tragic event you've been left unable to do what others can do? Does that mean you can't be valuable? If our worth is attached to what we can do, what value is left for those who are disabled or limited in ways beyond their control? Are we ready to decide that they have no value? Some of the atrocities of the Adolf Hitler regime seem based on that kind of thinking. Bottom line, this whole approach leaves most of us feeling like losers. So let's look elsewhere.